Okay, next quest. Almighty Fury, guide us to victory. Ah, Torius, owing to Lord Emmerich's swift action, I am pleased to say that the ecumenical council will soon be held. The previous one was held no less than 80 years ago. Jesus, that's the longest time. Jeez. And 4 archbishops have since come and gone. As such, most Insigarians know little to have that which I have read in the history of records. Historical records. Traditionally, the Archbishop and members of the Street Hall should have met behind closed doors. In light of Bishop Vishrak's fate, however, this time the doors will be thrown open to the public. Indeed, for the first time in history, all men and women of the faith may have hand in the snapping the missions and the teachings of the church, shaping the mission. This is my hope that you would join us in this endeavor. Deacon Clem, allow me to express our gratitude for your efforts in facilitating the council. We appreciate the difficulty of your position. I was merely had my consistency in my faith, my lord. Acting in Bishop Vertroy's stead, I shall do all within my power to see that the church may serve the people once more. Where is the Lord Speaker, if I may ask? He stepped out for a moment, saying that he wished to gather his thoughts ahead for the council. The hour draws nigh, however. Arcturus, I shall proceed to the vault with good Deacon. In the meantime, may I ask you to find Lord Emmerich? He should be at the last vigil, I believe. Alright, I'll look after him. Okay, last vigil. Alright, Lord Emmerich, I hope you gathered your thoughts before the council has been assumed. Oh, 'tis you, my friend. Is it time already? It is. I see. My apologies for making you come and fetch me. I've been thinking, Arcturus, on the path I have chosen to walk, and on those who have been left behind as the consequences of my actions. Those who have died fighting, those burdened with boundless grief, those deprived of position and purpose. Like any nation, Ishgard is made of a disparate souls with desperate belief. Without the enemy to unite us, we call the differences we once set aside out of necessity, and find amongst our old friends new ideological foes. The future I envision, this is far more difficult to secure than I ever imagined. What must I do for the people to live in harmony, for a nation to move forward as one? Such questions I've been pondering. We should begin making our way to the council. We shall continue our conversation while we walk. Sure, Lord Emmerich. Sure. Ready? Then let us be off. If you're agreeable, I would like to look upon Four Steps Manor. Yep, okay, yada yada yada. So let's go to the Four Steps Manor. It feels like another page that you and yours were no more than foreign words at House Four Step. And in actual fact, it may consider so. For your coming set in motion a chain of events that brought an end to the Dragonstone War, ushering a new age of Homery. You paved the way for meaningful change in our nation, and for that, shall ever have my gratitude. Ah. Now then, shall we continue to the architects? Yes, we shall. King Jordan is Knights of 12, the murderers of Ragatosh. Since the truth of their ancient crimes came to light, many have demanded that these images are retoned down. Yet what of our founding fathers did was wrong, neither it is right to simply expurge them and their deeds from history. To do so would be to deny our people's part in what following 1,000 years. We have had the chance to forge a new future, but we as a nation must decide on how we confront our past. Forgive me, I was lost in thought yet again. Let us join Deacon Clam at the vault. It's good and nice to know that their forebears are the responsible of the deeds of the past, but they need to accept that what happened in the past is something they have to live with, and for future generations, they need to forge a better tomorrow from what happened in the past. There you are, my friends. The council is about to convene. Let's take our places in the vault's audience hall. Alright. Everyone's here, including the general populace, at least. Esteemed members of the clergy and honored adherents of the faith, I thank you all for your attendance. In recent days, our nation has been ransacked by a series of tragedies. Those among us who have done Halone's work have been transformed into abominations. This dreadful phenomenon has been brought about the final days, and is upon our despair and anguish that it feeds. Thus, if we are to prevent further tragedies, we must strive to ensure that all its guardians, clergymen, and citizens alike abide with peace and love for one another in their hearts. This is easier said than done, because you say to the public, hey guys, stop, being mean to other people and just love and make merry with each other. But being a realist, that's not gonna happen overnight. To that end, I have called this Ecumenical Council the first in generations that we might together determine a path forward for the church and our society as a whole. Since intuitively, the Ishgard and Auxiliary Church served the people in two respects: as the Fury Spear to strike the heart of dragonkind, and as the Fury Shield to safeguard the souls of men. But now that we are at peace with the Dovarians, the church no need longer serve as the spear, and so we must reconsider how we might better serve as the shield for our brethren. The hierarchy must be reformed, and for what we need is accountability. The upper echelon must be stripped of rank at a minimum, an investigation conducted, trials held, and if evidence is sufficiently demanding, and then we may turn our attention to their doctrines of lies. As our predecessors did before us, we of the Synod have ever sought to interpret the scriptures to the best of our ability, and thence convene Halone's will to the people. Such fervent pursuit of reputation at the expense of the doctrine will not come also at the expense of our faith. Have we won the war to lose our souls? Oh, Halone, are we outside your grace? This bodes ill. At this rate, summon my turn. You got that right. Since the war ended, the Church and its faithful have stood at the crossroads, unable to take the next step forward. His Grace Bishop Vitrox, may he walk in Halone's halls, was one such soul, and he is longing for simpler times. He restored and using forbidden magic. He has succumbed to despair. In our minds, we renounce the lies upon which our nation was built, but in our hearts, we yearn for the righteousness, misguided thoughts it was, that have given us comfort and purpose for so long. So let us not forget who we are. Let us confront the mistakes of the past and learn from them, that we will not repeat the mistakes of our forebears. As fervently as we believed in our sacred duty, we struggled to accept the Church's deception and embrace change. The legacy of Todane weighs heavy, and there is a temptation to simply cast it aside like a mantle that suits us no longer. Yet, that would dishonor the sacrifice of those who were sent before, countless souls who have served the people with pursuit intent. And so, heavily it may be, let us together bear this burden as we set forth anew. Hear, hear. Our friend of Taurus risked life and limb to reveal the truth to us. The truth that our legend and our scriptures were tainted by betrayal, but not wholly corrupted. Though the great walls and towering spires of our city may have been built with murders and deceptions, they rest upon our foundation, immutable and true. Our devotion to Halone, whom we have been worshipped since before our forefathers settled to these lands. The Church is a front and practical wisdom, its teachings guiding us in our daily lives. Such things define our faith little less than our lives. We cannot acknowledge our sins without renouncing our religion. Without rejecting who we are. A comprehensible review of our scriptures as well as historical literature will be necessary. Revisions, as appropriate, may be made to ensure that the truth of our past is preserved for future generations. With your perilous knowledge of the church doctrine, I dare say none is better suited for leading that effort than you. I also expect that many eyes will be required to pore over the tomes. I know many idle men and women of the faith would jump to a chance to do Halone's work once more. That day, so very long ago, I have no answers to my father's words, but I have seen the people had it within them all along. Yep, they did. And hopefully the future of Ishgard will be a brighter future. With no more lies and deceit in the background. Okay, now to talk to Sir Emmerich again. The council went better than I dare hope. Truly, while the details remain undecided, well, to be decided, this is a renouncing success. Your words help everyone to find a common ground. I know not how to thank you. Much credit goes to the Taurus. In the face of great hardship, never did she hesitate to press on, and our people have not forgotten this. Ah, shucks. Indeed, we do remember the day you flew on Ishgard upon a dragon's back, in making possible impossible. You inspire us all. In you, while we glimpse the fury, a vision of courage in the face of uncertainty. Look to your sample. We shall endeavor to bring about the change to the church, for the future of all Ishgardians. There will, of course, still be those whose souls who struggle to rise above this mire of despair. But my followers and I shall be there to take their hand in faith and love. For what is faith, if not salvation? Oh, that is very good words. What is faith without salvation? Well, I had best return to the Citadel. We have much more to do. Before I forget, I have tracked down which you requested. Some repairs will be necessary, but it will be seen within all haste. Repairs? I wonder what he's talking about. It can't be the airship, you know. Well, that takes longer to repair and such. I have tasked the Deacon with finding a certain item you see. A secret weapon, one might say. Given that we know the profane Fafnir, I suspect it would be a great use in our hunt. Once the repairs are complete, we shall be ready to strike. With the church having reached a accordance with the people, the risk of more clergymen turning to is greatly diminished. We may now focus entirely on the blasphemy. Tis time we face Vendrew for this atonement. Rest while you can, Artorius, for I dare say the coming battle will demand the best of us. Yes, sir. Before I go, I hope you guys enjoyed this long ass recording session, multiple recording sessions, because I have like to slice this in half because this is a 2-hour long recording, so I need to put them in groups of 5 or 6 depending how many portions I need to do for this recording. And if you have any comments, put them down below the video as well. If you like this video, please click the like button. It's very much appreciated. And if you like what is being offered on my channel, you can give it a offered on my videos in particular, you could give my channel a look. If you do like the content I've been uploading there, you can, you know, probably subscribe for more notifications for future videos or whatnot. But if you're not going to, that is alright. But if you are going to, don't forget to click the bell icon to get notified for future uploads in the near future. And as always, I have 3 projects which are ongoing on my YouTube series, which are of course Final Fantasy XIV Raid, Trial, M-Skill, Progress, Job Quest, Minions, Mounts, Fashion Accessories, Savage content, or any other related content related to 14. Secondly, which will be Freight Runner NA for Lost Spell 4, 5, and eventually 6. The event quests, the challenge quests, and the banners, whichever comes to be, or whatever comes next at MGO. And lastly, for my last project, which regrettably is the same in all my outros, is Persona 5 The Royal, which at some point, and I mean at some point in the near future, I'll want to be doing a comeback recording session for that one. And with that, this has been Ravensleep 45. Take care, stay safe, and have a pleasant Final Fantasy XIV day.